Okay, so probably the number one thing people say with this topic is, what difference does it make? What difference does it make? I still have to go to work tomorrow. Well, let me remind everyone, it is not about the shape, never has been. It's about the lie and what they are hiding. And people lying to you are trying to control you. Put it this way for those who've seen The Truman Show. When Truman wakes up and figures out that the people around him are not being honest, and he gets curious and wants to go explore and find out what's really going on in his world, imagine going, no, this doesn't make any difference. I don't care. I still have to go to work tomorrow. Imagine a kid being raised in a basement, and when someone finally tells them, hey, you know there's another world out there, and they say, no, there's not. It doesn't make any difference. It's not about the shape. It's about the prison planet that they have created around us, and the idea that they could potentially be hiding dozens of more continents and keeping us contained in this little circular piece in the middle here, and not telling us the truth about where we live, the very nature of reality and forces around us, some of the most basic and fundamental things about our world, where we are in the universe, who we are, where we come from. The implications will not hit you until you are very deep in objective research. I think the bottom line here is that the crux of the entire topic is not something mundane like the shape of what we're standing on. They're lying about where we live, the sun, the moon, the stars, whether or not we're the center of the universe. People want to know whether or not their spouse is cheating on them. Don't you think it's important to know about the very nature of reality around us? You know, and when people don't even know what up from down is, pun intended, we're much easier to control. Someone who's completely ignorant to their surroundings and where they are. Put it this way, no one's going looking for the extra continents beyond the ice wall because they don't think it's there. They think that if you go traveling in one direction, you'll come back to your starting point, not knowing you could reach potentially another world. They don't want 8 billion Trumans getting curious and asking about what's really going on with the sun, the moon, the stars, what's going on behind Antarctica, what is in the north. When people start asking those questions, that's when this gets really interesting, and when the topic gets really deep, and you realize this could potentially be the most important topic. And I'll tell you this, the people that open their eyes to this subject never fall victim to another government psyop. They want to make us feel insignificant, like we're on a random rock spinning violently in endless space with no end in sight, no purpose. We are not insignificant monkeys that just popped out of a cosmic sneeze in one of a trillion galaxies. Take a long look at the human body, consciousness, nature, and tell me this just exploded from nothingness. We are significant, we have purpose, and we are the centerpiece of this intelligent design. And if we all wake up and realize just how powerful we truly are, learn our true history, we may rise up and overthrow the deceivers. And that is what they fear most. And that is why they censor us. And that is why this topic is so important.
What difference does it make? What difference does it make? Yeah. That's their favorite line. Got a lot of people, what difference does it make? You can't figure out what difference it makes? If you can't figure out what difference it makes that the people running your world have fucking lied to you over and over your whole life, if you can't figure out that someone lying to you is trying to control you, suppressing of information, of knowledge, is control. Deception of information and knowledge is a form of control. So what difference does it make? It makes a big difference, because once they start omitting information or lying about information about where you live, they're doing it to control you. Period. Why am I having to explain this to critical thinkers in the truth movement? The way you control billions of people is to keep them divided and fighting each other. Flat Earth is not a psyop. Flat Earth destroys the psyop. Every psyop that's been used to control us for as long as they've known about it. So this system has been in power and control for hundreds of years, ever since they convinced the rest of the world that they didn't know where they live. It created this fantastical scenario to make people feel insignificant and to follow those that appear to know better. Why is the flat earth so important? Because it shows the deception. And if everybody would just come together and demand answers, they would be in check